Thank you for the patience. For those of you that are already here, this will be our plan for today. Thank you so much for the patience. And I think we have, I think we're already here, all of us. So first thing first, these are just some courtesy rules now in the Zoom meeting time. Please include your pronouns or your name. Edit your name on Zoom so we know your pronouns. And please keep mute while others are speaking and turn on your cameras if you are comfortable. Please feel free to use the chat to ask questions if you have some questions about the program. And we are recording this session. So if you are not comfortable sharing your face in the camera, we will take at the end of the session a group screenshot. So at the moment you want to turn off your camera. And I think we can start now with the presentation. So first, let me introduce myself. My name is Cristina Rodriguez, and I'm the technical project manager of the program. And this is my Twitter handle, although I have to say that almost all my tweets are in Spanish, but if you want, you can contact me there. Here we are with us is Michelle Clauser. She is our founder and CEO, and I would like that we take a minute to celebrate with her that Tectonica is celebrating 5 years this month. So yay! Also with us today is Sarah Cobley. She is the software apprentice manager. So she's the person that will guide your learning experience during the program. So you want to remember her face. I need to start with the code of conduct. So Tectonica is dedicated to providing a safe, inclusive, welcome, and harassment-free space and experience for all members and guests, regardless of gender, identity, and expression, sexual orientation, disability, physical appearance, socioeconomic status, body size, ethnicity, nationality, level of experience, age, or religion, or lack thereof. Our code of conduct could be exist because of that dedication. We don't tolerate harassment in any form, and we prioritize marginalized people's safety over privileged people comfort. All full of conduct can be found at tectonica.org/conduct. We are Tectonica, and we help women and non-binary adults to overcome barriers in the tech industry. So let's get into business or application process. So we have two moments for that, one in May right now and one in November. We have our JavaScript required work that you need to do before your application, and you could complete that work in our optional study groups. We have a short interest form, we have a long application form, and after your application, we have two application workshops. And the reason they are capitalized is because those are mandatory, people. We have code challenge, we have pairing with mentors, we have star interviews, we have board interviews. And if you say in your application that you need financial aid, you have to be able to have financial aid conversation with us. It's basically our process. Some dates to remember in our process. We have the first of our pre-required study group tomorrow from 6 to 8. You can use those groups to work in your JavaScript course. I will talk about that later. Another on May 20 and another in May 25. Our loan application deadline is in May 26 at noon. So you have to make sure that you have all your work, including the loan application, made before that date. Also, we have 3 invite-only application workshops on June 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in the evenings, and 6 to 9 for people who are working on those hours, on those days, sorry. We have a code challenge due on June 8th at noon, sorry. And finally, if you are selected, our onboarding day is June 21st. These are the days that you want to remember. So this is, in this slide, I'm going to go deeper in the JavaScript required work that you have to do. We need that you complete the free code camp basic JavaScript work. And those, please note that those are 111 lessons. It will take you between 4 and 6 hours to achieve them, and you can work on those on our study groups. If you need to work with us in those study groups, the links for the events are in Eventbrite, so you just need to sign up for those. And there will be volunteers help you with the work on them, so you will have guide on those works. And the reason this screenshot is so long is because for your long application, we need to see all the check boxes for all the work. So at the moment of taking this screenshot, you need to make sure that we can see all the 111 check boxes. And after the deadline will be three study groups. Two of those are mandatory study groups on June 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Moving forward, those are some of the characteristics that we seek and strength. We are looking for individuals with resilience, autonomy, and commitment, and positivity and adaptability. Also, we're making a community of people able to work collaboratively with curiosity and logic. And you will need all these characters because the pace of the program is very demanding. As I told you, we're a full-time program, so you will commit to a 6 months of learning if you're accepted. We have limited stipends and laptops if you say that you need some help, financial aid or hardware aid. Also, we try to find placement for all the students, but there's no guarantee of that. So if you are one of the participants who didn't get a placement after the program, we will support your job search for 6 months more. So let's get into business and how a day in the program looks like, how you will learn. Well, you will be studying from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Our curriculum is a full stack JavaScript, which means that you will learn in React for the front end and Node.js for the back end. We have events, mentors, and volunteers to help you to navigate the process. But basically, the program is a project-based so that you will be hands-on on your projects. Our program is not formatted in a lecture-based approach. So you will not be sitting 6 hours in front of your screen just receiving information. You are working all the time, hands-on on your projects. So that will let you understand and grasp all the concepts and all the technologies that you will learn. There will be assessments because that's important for us to measure your understanding and make sure that you are following the curriculum. And in the last month of the program, you get to do your final project. So you will have a completely full stack project that you could use in your job search if you need it. And this allows you to solidify all the things that you are learning and merge them with some topic that you are passionate. It's a fantastic way of ending the 6 months program. Another thing that you can say at the end of this program is that you will have 1,000 hours of learning and practice code. And these all the technologies that you will learn during the program, and you get the opportunity to work with all of them in real code. So how is a daily routine? Here in the screenshot, we see how the program used to be when it was in person, but now we are completely remote. So this is how it will look for you. We have something that we call day lead, which is a participant that will lead the discussion and the homework for the day. You will have a code challenge. We do pair programming for most of the topics. And then you will have a pause to do lunch or yoga because we are believers on the refresh your mind time. And then you will have check-ins with your staff, dropouts with other participants, and some hours for mentoring. So let's talk about mentoring. On your onboarding day, you will pair with your mentor. We have a lot of people in the community that volunteer to be a mentor, all of them professional in the industry, and all of them are committed to our mission of bridge the tech gap. Some things to be considered. Even if only the first month of the program is a trial period, you can be cut from the program at any time. And those are the things we're looking an assessment during your program. And there are consequences to be quitting or be cut of the program. So if you are selected, please read through the agreement and be ready to commit if you are selected. Another thing to be considered is that it's essential that you know your learning style because we don't have a traditional lecture. So it will be best if you ask yourself honestly before even making the loan application if we are a good fit for you. Another thing to consider is that we are working and finding placement for all the participants in the next cohort, but there is no guarantee. We will be accepting 10 of 15 people. So if you are one of the participants that without a placement at the end of the program, we will support your job search for 6 months. These are some of our sponsors. We are working with them to find placements with all the participants, and we are working for them for 5 years now. So we have a good relations with all of them. And we just not working with these fantastic companies. We're working with a huge network of volunteers. Some of those are here in this part of the slide. So this is more an appreciation slide for all of them. One last thing to consider is don't feel discouraged if you are not get accepted the first time. Just keep learning and applying again. We have another opportunity in November. We have 2 cohorts in the year. And sometimes it takes us even 3 times to get accepted because we are a very competitive program with a 8% rate of acceptance. Our applications are due on May 26 at noon. So if you are interested or you know somebody that could be interested in the program, please spread the word and share this link and begin the application process. So now let me introduce one of our current participants, Bree. Bree will tell us a little about her experience in the program.
Hi, everyone. Obviously, that's a very different picture of me. Yeah, I was studying computer science and graphic design at City College of San Francisco when I first heard about Tectonica from a friend. And it was during the pandemic, and I felt like school was moving way too slowly for me. Classes were being cut, and I never knew like when I was actually going to graduate. So I decided to like take this chance and try this out, and I applied and got in, and I honestly have found that I really like the pace and style of a boot camp. I feel like I'm actually moving and making progress, and who I am now and what I've learned now is like so drastically different from what I knew when I started this program. So I would say it's been a great experience for me. Does anyone have any questions that they'd like to know about being an apprentice at Tectonica?
I think for the question part, I will stop sharing your screen because otherwise I can see the questions, basically.
Bree, if there are questions, would you mind talking? Bree is a mother and is managing being a mother and being in this program, which is really intensive. Would you mind talking a little bit about what the time commitment is, how you've been able to manage it? people who have children or other things in their life, what they can expect to happen?
Yeah. So my son is 3.5, and right now he is enrolled in preschool for half days from like 8:30 to 3 o'clock due to the pandemic. So that's usually my like core time of like focusing on what I need to do for Tectonica. I am fortunate enough that I have a roommate I am really good friends with. And so she's been helping me by picking him up from preschool at 3 o'clock and then watching him for the remaining like 2 to 3 hours I have left in my day. So that has been a huge blessing. There have been times though when I didn't have the babysitting. So I would usually do things like set them up with a show to watch or a snack and some activities in the background while I kept working. And it's definitely harder having him in the background, but the program has been really patient with my situation, and everyone's always super friendly when he decides he wants my attention and he hops up on my lap during a meeting. So it's been a good experience. It is tough though. And it can slow you down, but it's doable. So I wouldn't let it stop you from applying or make you think you can't do it. It's definitely achievable. And I really appreciate how supportive and patient this program is with parents. It's not something I've seen in other places. So I think that's very unique.
I have a question in the chat that say, can we take this course if I'm not a software or computer science background? Yes, you can. My background is in journalism. We have people with all kinds of backgrounds. You have to be interested in change your path, and you have to be interested in code, but definitely you don't need the computer science background.
Christina, can you make sure to answer the questions that were submitted on the form ahead of time?
Yes, we have those two. We have a question of how many participants will be placed with the company at the end of the program. Right now, we officially have 2 placements. We are trying to close with several companies, so we hopefully will get the full number. What knowledge of JavaScript needs to know which package like React, HTML, CSS, and things like that. The short answer for that is almost all of them. The long answer, let me share my screen again because I need to show you the free code camp stuff. So you can see what are we talking about when we say to you the free code camp stuff. If you sign up for free code, it's free. And here you see JavaScript algorithms and data structure courses. And here are the 111 things that you need to know. And when you finish these things, you are checking all these boxes. So at the end, you need to do all of those. And this is a good opportunity to say you that if you want to take the screenshot of this, you have to make your screen very, very like very, very in the Zoom. So you need to take that in advance. Let me stop this and the other questions that I have. I have that. Can I take this course if I'm not in the software in the Bay Area? Yes, you can. as long as you be able to work from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Pacific time. So you have to make sure that hours work with you wherever you are based. And you have to take account that if you are placement in a company and that company asks you to move to the Bay Area, you have to relocate in that case. What are the consequences of being caught? I think Michelle shared the agreement, so you have the opportunity to read that agreement. I'm not seeing more questions, Michelle. I don't know if you see more questions.
I just wanted to say something really quick. Hi, I'm Sarah. I am would be your manager if you get accepted into the program. And I know that a lot of you are probably really worried about not having enough technical background to be able to do this program. This program is designed for you. It is designed to help people who do not have a technical background get there in the end. Is it a lot of work? Yes, it is a whole lot of work. And if you're coming from not having a technical background, it is a little bit more than someone like Bree who did have some computer science to start. However, we are here to work with you. It is our goal to lift you up and get you there. If you do not have a technical background and you want to apply right now, start trying to spend at least an hour a day going through the free code camp, going through Udacity classes, going through other free online things. The more you know going into it, the easier it will be. It is a very fast-paced program, but again, our goal is to lift you up into these positions. So if you do not have a technical background going into this, don't let that hinder you from applying. Please try. And if you're not quite there yet, by the end of the application deadline, remember you can apply again in 6 months. And if you feel like you're close and you need some direction, feel free to reach out and we can help guide you to be in a place to reapply again in 6 months if you don't feel comfortable doing it yet, because we want to help you succeed. So don't let that hinder you, is the moral of my story. Just keep on trying.
And we will have our first study group tomorrow in the evening, and we can help you to see the free code camp exercise and check. It looks very intimidating because the number is high, but it keeps you in a good pace. And if you have some knowledge of JavaScript, it will build and add up your knowledge very, very quickly. So don't feel intimidated just for the number of the lessons. It will take only like 4 and 6 hours in all of those lessons. So it's not building a whole project at the beginning of your application. It's just building some knowledge of JavaScript, basic knowledge of JavaScript. Okay, so if we don't have more questions, let's do the group screenshot. I was practicing how to do that. So please turn on your cameras if you feel comfortable on being on the screenshot. And I will take those in, I will take on 3. 1, 2, and 3. Yay! Let's do another one just for checking. And 1, 2, 3. Yay!
Aha, we got an extra person with the second shot.
Yes, we did it. So I don't know, Michelle, if you want to say something else, or Sarah. I guess we are on time. That's the first one.
I have a quick question.
Of course.
Do you have to attend the study group? Because it says prerequisite. Is that a prerequisite to apply, or is it just for extra help?
It's just for extra help. Those are thought about helping you with the free code camp lessons. So those are not mandatory, and you can do the work on your own if you feel confident, but we will have volunteers to guide your work during those workshops. The things that are mandatory are the dates, June 1st, June 2nd, and 3rd. Two of those are mandatory.
Okay, thanks.
I just wanted to say again, we're here to help you and we want you to succeed. If you have any more questions, please feel free to reach out to any of us. Our emails and everything are on the website, and we're happy to answer any questions. If you're worried, just go for it. Just go for it. And we really try to help everybody learn and get to where they need to be. But it is a whole lot of work. Be prepared if you get into this program to not have a life for 6 months. You will be working all the time on this program, and then you'll be dreaming about JavaScript. You'll be waking up in the middle of a for loop that you can't get out of.
Can confirm.
Okay, so thank you so much to everybody to be here, and thank you so much for your questions, and thank you, Bree, for your participation today. So I don't know. See you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Have a great rest of your day.